Have you ever wondered about a place on Earth where even organizing an ordinary morning jog with friends requires obtaining a special permit from local authorities? Or about a country where cows are given names like honored guests at weddings, and none of these cows ever become part of festive feasts? Imagine a country filled with unusual customs and traditions, concealing a fascinating and little explored world of cultural practices. Welcome to Burundi, a nation where each day is filled with extraordinary rituals and stories, hidden behind seemingly simple traditions. Here, celebrations begin quite modestly, with familiar local dishes such as thick maize porridge and black bean stew, which serve only as the beginning of a lively event. This celebration reaches its climax with the deafening rhythm of royal drums, capable of making the ground beneath your feet vibrate and tremble with power and energy. Remarkably, all this splendor can be experienced and felt even with just a family income of a few $100s a month. Today, we invite you on an exciting journey to one of the least explored and most mysterious countries on the African continent. Get ready to discover 15 of the most astonishing and captivating facts about this unique corner of the world, rich in culture and fascinating traditions. The first of these is fact number 15. Burundi is truly the youngest country on the entire planet, located right in the center of Central Africa. Its area is just over 10,700 square miles, which is smaller than the state of Massachusetts in the neighboring United States. Despite its tiny size, the country boasts a rich cultural and historical soul that lives and evolves from generation to generation. Burundi is surrounded by several major countries: Rwanda, Tanzania, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. This country resembles an island separated from the surrounding noisy world by dense jungles and mountains, contributing to its unique isolation and preservation of authentic traditions. Although the country lies just a few degrees south of the equator, its climate is a harmonious blend of tropical warmth and cool mountain breezes, creating pleasant and comfortable weather throughout the year. Gentle sunshine, affectionately warming the land without bringing exhausting heat, emphasizes the natural harmony of this region's conditions. The state officially bears the name Republic of Burundi. However, for its native inhabitants, it's simply their homeland, where for centuries the representatives of two main peoples, Hutu and Tutsi, have lived, maintaining their traditions and language. The country's flag features three stars: red, white, and green. Each symbolizes one of the three main ethnic groups united in a single, cohesive nation. Despite historical differences and long periods of tension, the official languages are Kirundi and French, although the majority of the population speaks Kirundi, which is quite unusual for several countries in the region, where significant linguistic diversity is often observed. A distinctive feature of Burundi is that nearly 45% of its population are children and teenagers under 15 years old, making it the youngest country on the African continent. According to expert forecasts, by the year 2025, the population of this country will reach approximately 14,300,000 people. This indicates that a young generation is born and developing in this country, representing the future not only of the country itself, but of the entire region, a country where the younger generation is ready to accept challenges and shape the future. Moving on to the next fact, number 14. In Burundi, bananas are not just one of the fruits included in the daily diet. They are considered a true national treasure. Virtually every family cultivates these juicy fruits with special care and love, as bananas occupy an important place in their traditional cuisine. They are not only eaten fresh, but also transformed into various dishes: boiled, mashed, fried, or, most popularly, used to produce a traditional homemade drink, banana wine called urwarwa. This beverage has served as a symbol of hospitality, joy, and unity in the community since ancient times, bringing people together at festive tables and in everyday life. The richness and importance of this product for the people are explained not only by its nutritional value, but also by its cultural significance. Bananas are an integral part of Burundian life, serving as a means of exchange and a source of traditional rituals. Their cultivation and processing have become part of national identity, uniting generations and strengthening bonds between people in a small but very distinctive country. Thus, Burundi is an extraordinary place where each state and each traditional dish reflects the richness of culture, resilience, and internal harmony of its people. It is a country with a tiny area but a rich soul, with a young and energetic population eager to see and create a better future. Its natural beauty, cultural heritage, and unique customs turn traveling here into a real discovery and adventure. In most of the Republic of Burundi, a special culture permeates the society, characterized by respect for traditions, a spirit of unity, and patience. One of the most vivid and memorable features of this culture is the veneration of bananas and the rituals associated with them. During special festive moments, such as weddings, childbirth, or national celebrations, banana wine flows like a river, filling everything around. It becomes a true symbol of unity and joy, bringing people together during moments of special importance. During such ceremonies, wine is poured into a large clay cup, which serves as the central element of the rites. Guests drink from it through long bamboo tubes, carefully passed down from generation to generation. This ritual holds profound symbolic meaning. Its violation is considered not only an act of discourtesy, but a genuine insult to the host. Refusing to participate in this ancient tradition is seen as a sign of disrespect to customs, which is highly undesirable among friends and family. In cities like Gityaga and Bujumbura, life is more vibrant. Markets bustling with crowds display piles of bananas in bright colors, neatly arranged on counters, in large carts, and spread out on burlap sacks. They seem like sacred offerings meant to remind us of nature's generosity and deep respect for the land. Transporting bananas in these regions is an art in itself, requiring skill and knowledge of the secrets of local carriers. Maneuvering wooden bicycles without pedals, which resemble lightweight wooden structures more than traditional cycles, is a true craft, accessible only to those who can maintain balance and feel every movement. In mountainous areas, where roads twist and are complex, locals display remarkable expertise, descending rocky paths with loads often exceeding their own body weight, relying solely on balance, refined skills, and willpower. These abilities enable them to overcome the hardships of the journey without the aid of technology or extra devices, reflecting the richness of national traditions and cultural peculiarities. In remote corners of the world, where civilization seems frozen in certain moments of history, astonishing scenes unfold. In the dense jungles, as if from ancient legends, towering banana stems rise majestically. They appear as living messengers of the gods, carrying their gifts through forests in hope of blessings and support. Women like Amazons traverse kilometers along trails, carrying bundles of these long green stems on their heads. Not just loads, but symbols of strength, endurance, and unwavering trust in their bodies. Such journeys demand not only physical strength, but also the highest awareness, the ability to balance and properly position the load. Gracefulness marks their movements, and resilience and mastery inspire those around them. In countries where material wealth is extremely scarce, the banana becomes a kind of property equivalent to currency, and its presence in everyday life is a crucial element of economic and cultural structure. This culture, imbued with respect for nature and traditions, becomes a unifying link, strengthening communities, nourishing their energy, and shaping living rhythms. In Burundi, amidst dense forests and ceaseless flows of life, the banana has become a symbol of unity, hope, and survival. Women who in this country carry not only loads and firewood on their heads, but also high symbols of resilience and determination, deserve special attention. They can be called the bearers of the country, for it is indeed the case. Not only physical burden rests on their shoulders, but also spiritual responsibility. In the hilly terrain and on gravel roads, they move, carefully balancing stacks of bananas, firewood, or large water canisters. A greatest test of strength and agility. They are able to do this thanks to accumulated experience, refined posture, and a sense of rhythm, acquired over many years of practice in daily concerns. These women are not only custodians of material possessions, but also repositories of wisdom, guardians of family and community traditions, and support for their relatives, villages, and even the entire nation. Their hard work and resilience are true expressions of the spirit of the country, where, despite economic hardships, women remain the strongest and most steadfast pillars. Although Burundi is one of the poorest countries in the world, women here maintain rare dignity and unwavering strength of spirit. Most of them work in agriculture, tending small plots of land with care and attention, raising children, managing households. They walk kilometers to fetch water from distant sources or sell their harvest at local markets, which sustain the economic life of the region. These marketplaces are not merely places of trade. They are centers of knowledge exchange, negotiation, spiritual traditions, and cultural values. Women here do not just sell farm produce. They become economists, diplomats, custodians of oral traditions. Their role in society cannot be overestimated, as they carry not only material well-being, but also spiritual unity, the transmission of cultural features, and the preservation of traditions. In such conditions, every trip for water or sale of goods is a display of strength, endurance, and a high sense of responsibility. In rural corners of the country, women not only engage in household chores and trade, but often act as peacekeepers, mentors, and teachers. By passing oral traditions to the younger generation, they preserve cultural wealth rooted in a distant past. Their beauty and dignity are especially striking as they live through every stage of life. Bright clothing, jewelry, headscarves, all these are not merely adornments or fashion, but expressions of their inner world, individuality, and social status. When they begin to dance, whether during folk festivals or special ceremonies with drums, their movements testify not only to grace, but also to inner strength. They inspire those around them, transmit energy, unite people, and create a special atmosphere of celebration and solemnity, reminding everyone that within every drop of life resides a strength worthy of respect and imitation. In Burundi, women occupy a special place in the collective consciousness. They are like the heart of village life, an inseparable part of it, and guardians of age-old traditions. Their image embodies the soul of the nation, for it is thanks to their labor, spiritual strength, and patience that the richness of cultural heritage is transmitted and preserved. Have any of us seen a woman who vividly demonstrates her strength and agility by carrying an entire bundle of bananas on her head, raised above her own height, without the aid of her hands? Such a sight is remarkable for its extraordinary grace and power. It not only inspires admiration, but also serves as a vivid example of the incredible capacity of the human body and spirit to achieve the impossible, to perform difficult tasks with ease, transforming them into an art of everyday life. Let us turn to number 12 on the list of wonders of this region, one of the most unusual homemade vehicles, which is still widely used today. This is the so-called chukudu, a homemade wooden scooter with foot-powered propulsion, representing a fusion of a cart, a scooter, and the art of balancing. Local craftsmen make it entirely out of wood. The frame, chassis, and handles are all crafted from simple wood materials. The wheels are often assembled from recycled automobile tires, making the structure more durable and stable. This transport can carry up to 500 pounds of cargo, approximately 15 kilograms, an incredible load capacity for such a simple device. Its uses are quite diverse. It transports ripe bananas stored in baskets, firewood, bags of charcoal, and sometimes even whole crates filled with beer or other goods. Young men with skill worthy of admiration operate this scooter, skillfully descending slopes, balancing their bodies and braking with their feet. It is interesting to consider how they manage to overcome hills. It's simple. They push the chukudu as if urging a bull or a heavy wooden cart. This invention originated in the Democratic Republic of Congo, but today it can also be found in northern Burundi, especially in cities such as Ngine and Kayanza. In these places, paved roads are almost non-existent, and the spirit of entrepreneurship and ingenuity among the residents is thriving. The chukudu is not just a toy or an unconventional vehicle. To locals, it is a full-fledged working tool, an integral part of everyday life. Many carriers earn an average daily income from it, which often equals or even exceeds their weekly wages, delivering produce and goods to markets or neighboring villages. This peculiar invention has become an essential and reliable part of daily life, helping people solve everyday tasks amid modest resources and a shortage of more modern transportation. In a country where deep-rooted traditions are woven into the fabric of everyday life, there exists a rather unusual practice related to the transfer of ownership. It involves a circle of rituals associated with acquiring and passing on the Chukadu. This wooden vehicle is, in essence, the oldest and living symbol of the local culture. Instead of official documents, formal contracts, or legal procedures, here they turn to rituals and ceremonies that fully reflect their national traditions. The buyer, wishing to become the owner of the Chukadu, places his hand on its wooden frame and makes a promise, swearing not to harm the village or the settlement in which he will use this scooter. This vow becomes not only a spiritual guarantee of safety and honesty, but also a kind of spiritual insurance, an intangible protection deemed more important than any paper documents. In the eyes of local residents, such a ritual is far more valuable than any legal formalities, as it ties the individual to the culture, the spirit of the community, and its traditions. In Burundi, where even the simplest things often play a key role in economic development and the cultivation of national pride, these rituals acquire special significance. They serve not only as symbols of cultural heritage, but also as drivers of social progress, strengthening a sense of unity and responsibility among the people. One vivid example of this tradition is the Batwa people, one of the oldest cultural communities living in the southwest of the country, near the borders of Kibera National Park. Their history dates back centuries, and their cultural roots connect them to the forests and nature, which they have considered their home and source of life for generations. Their traditions and customs are passed down from generation to generation, preserving the uniqueness and identity of their people, becoming a vital part of Burundi's cultural heritage. The continuity of the Batwa tribe's generations is not just about passing on knowledge of the natural world, but constitutes an entire philosophy of life, maintained over centuries through a deep respect for their traditions. They skillfully observe animal behavior, carefully studying their habits and characteristics, which sometimes allows them to anticipate their actions or find healing sources in the richness of natural herbs. These people expertly gather and create medicinal infusions from the herbs they collect, caring for the health and well-being of their communities. A special place in their crafts is occupied by handcrafted pottery, without the use of a potter's wheel or modern technology. Relying solely on skill and patience, they produce items that are simple yet uniquely beautiful. Despite the passage of time and technological progress, Batwa pottery, handmade and crafted with genuine mastery, remains in demand both at city markets and in rural areas. Whether in the capital, Bujumbura, or in small villages nestled among green hills, such as Cibitoke. As modern realities increasingly consume and displace their communities into the rhythm of urban life, the Batwa continue to preserve their identity and spiritual roots. They do this not only through oral traditions passed down through generations, but also through folk dances, musical compositions, and rituals rich in deep symbolism. One of the most vivid, memorable, and impressive elements of the ceremony is their dance on stilts. Dancers, armed with handmade stilts crafted on the spot, move with astonishing grace and ease to the sound of rhythmic drum beats. For them, this dance is not merely entertainment or a routine performance, but a sacred ritual, the embodiment of human dignity, resilience, and the unity of the tribe. It symbolizes overcoming hardships and the inner strength of the Batwa people, as well as their connection to nature and their ancestor spirits. When travelers, especially tourists from America, arrive in the picturesque Batwa villages, they are greeted with sincere and heartfelt hospitality. Such a greeting offers a unique opportunity for foreigners to see, hear, and touch the life of this people, rooted in deep memory and respect for the surrounding nature. Visitors can not only observe traditional ceremonies, but also feel a bit of their spirit by participating in rituals or engaging with the stories that fill these cultures. In a rapidly changing world, permeated with technological innovations and swift transformations, the Batwa remain one of the most vibrant and recognizable voices of Burundi's culture, reminding the world of eternal values, respect for nature, ancestral traditions, and personal dignity. Another symbol of Burundi's national culture is the famous royal drums, considered among the oldest and most powerful musical instruments on the African continent. Playing these enormous, tall wooden drums is more than just making music. It is a sacred ritual closely connected to the nation's identity, history, and spiritual life. Drumming performances, more than mere musical sketches, serve as public expressions of collective strength, cultural heritage, and sacred traditions. Historically, such performances accompanied significant state events, coronations, victories in wars, religious rites, and initiation ceremonies. Playing these drums is an art passed down from generation to generation. Today, it can be seen throughout the country, from large cultural festivals in Bujumbura to small villages nestled among the hills. Here, craftsmanship has been handed down from teacher to student, from father to son, preserving the ancient secrets of the craft. Participants in performances either attach the drums to their belts and move with them, or stand them upright and play while in motion, sometimes jumping, spinning, and executing complex rhythmic figures. The most impressive moments are especially those when the lead drummer climbs onto his enormous instrument, stands upright, and begins to play as if conducting the heartbeat of the entire tribe. This moment symbolizes the unity, spiritual strength, and cultural pride of the people. In the year 2018, UNESCO officially recognized drum playing in Burundi as an element of intangible cultural heritage of humanity. This important status highlights the uniqueness and significance of a tradition that has united people within the country and beyond for centuries. Near the small town of Gitega, which once served as the capital of the kingdom, lies the Gishora Royal Drum Sanctuary. It houses over 100 ancient instruments, each with its own history and significance. These drums are not just musical instruments, they are considered spiritual vessels, symbols of authority, and connections to ancestors. Only descendants of royal craftsmen are permitted to enter the inner courtyard and perform rituals on them. Historically, these drums have summoned the most prominent spiritual leaders for rituals, including monks and sages. In the country located in the heart of the African continent, there exists a remarkable and seemingly touching tradition related to marriage rights. To enter into a legitimate union, it is enough to possess just one cow. This simple but highly symbolic practice reflects the values underlying the social and economic life of the Burundian people. Wealth is measured not by material possessions, but by livestock, which symbolizes prosperity, fertility, and family stability. Thus, a single cow becomes a kind of guarantee and prerequisite for starting a family life, emphasizing the importance of natural resources and respect for them in the culture of the people. In Burundi, the cow occupies a special place in the life of the people, representing not only a source of wealth, but also a vital symbol of social status and an essential part of cultural heritage. In the rural areas of the region, people are not concerned with how large a person's bank account is. Rather, the number of cattle, especially cows grazing near their homes, is a signifier of well-being. The value of these animals is difficult to overestimate in the country's culture, especially when it comes to a breed known as Ankola Watusi, famous for its impressive, massive horns that can sometimes exceed 1 meter in length. In ancient times, such large and valuable cattle were accessible only to royalty and noble families with special status and authority. Today, these animals remain living symbols of greatness, prosperity, and their revered simplicity, reminding one of the country's rich historical heritage. One of the most touching and significant traditions in Burundi is the custom of giving a cow as a wedding gift. This gift is perceived not merely as a sign of hospitality or a wish for the newlyweds' well-being, but as a special message, sometimes even embedded in traditional rituals. The cow might be named after the village where the bride originated, or given a name reflecting qualities that the groom especially values in his chosen partner. These animals are often highly valued and regarded almost as family members. They are not slaughtered for meat or profit, but are cherished and cared for with particular tenderness and love. They are looked after as carefully as close relatives. They live alongside humans, grazing under their attentive supervision, and sometimes simply stand peacefully near the house, as if guardians of the family hearth and traditions. In these regions, cow manure has found a very important practical application. It is used as an environmentally friendly fertilizer to enrich the soil with nutrients and increase crop yields. Moreover, cow dung serves as a building material for traditional dwellings. These healing and valuable waste products complement wooden structures, creating warmth and coziness in homes. The image of the cow is deeply woven into national art, appearing in both painting and musical compositions. Cow themes are particularly vividly represented in the Museum of Arts through drum performances, where rhythmic beats and sounds create a special atmosphere and convey the strength and grace of these animals. In the Kirundi language, there are many folk poems and hymns that celebrate the beauty, strength, and grace of cows, emphasizing their importance and spiritual significance. Overall, cows in Burundi are perceived not just as livestock, but as a living cultural heritage, a source of national pride, and a symbol of well-being. They are part of the essential traditions, customs, and ideas about life harmony passed down from generation to generation. Now I will talk about a very unusual and extremely curious chapter of the area's historical and natural heritage: salt. A land that has no access to the sea has long been famous for its salt springs and geological riches. Salt is mined here not from marine waters, but from mineralized soils, hot springs, and salty lakes such as Ruzizi and the Mvura Mountains. Local residents conduct this extraction manually, using traditional methods involving soaking, filtering, boiling, and evaporating mineralized salts and soils. This work requires patience, skill, and deep knowledge, traditionally passed from mentors to their pupils across generations. The process is slow, but it preserves the uniqueness and purity of the product, which is valued for its natural properties and flavor. The significance of salt in the lives of Burundians extends far beyond mere storage. Every May, villages hold a traditional event, the so-called salt wedding, during which special engagement ceremonies are performed. At this time, families exchange gifts, banana wine, salted flatbreads, and salt as symbols of agreement and well-being. During the ceremony, the bride tastes the salt, a kind of silent yet very clear sign of her consent to the marriage and trust in the future union. On the markets by Lake Tanganyika, a wide range of salt can be seen, available in various forms and types. There is pink salt with a unique shade, smoked or rich in flavor, as well as salt packaged in banana leaves or woven baskets. These products are highly sought after by tourists who appreciate them not only for their exceptional taste, but also for the opportunity to experience the country's rich culture. Many bring it home as a rare souvenir, which adds flavor not only to the food, but also to the entire journey, immersing travelers in local traditions and customs. Thus, salt in Burundi is not just a kitchen item, but an important cultural component used in rituals, ceremonies, and as part of dowries. It adorns the stalls of local markets and, like cattle, is a part of national heritage, blending past traditions with the present. In a country where the sea is absent, this modest mineral has gained special significance, becoming a symbol of love and unity. Its traditional use, rooted in mountainous regions and family customs, stands as a living testament to how even the simplest natural elements can acquire profound, multi-layered meaning, bringing people together and strengthening their bonds. In Burundi, salt is not merely a product, but a true story, filled with narratives, frame by frame, grain by grain. This celebration of centuries-old customs vividly reflects the country's cultural characteristics, where the value and symbolism of natural resources go beyond their simple purpose. Traveling in Burundi is a unique experience that requires a conscious approach to local customs and traditions. Requests should not be seen as begging. On the contrary, they are an expression of friendliness and sincere openness of the people, shaped by difficult economic conditions and deeply rooted social traditions. Each appeal embodies more than just a request. It reflects cultural nuances, a conscious show of respect and trust. In the vibrant, colorful markets that the country is famous for, children are not shy about asking passers-by for candies or sweets. This is part of their daily life and upbringing. By roads and shores of Lake Tanganyika, strangers are often ready to help, offer directions, or give advice. Such situations create an atmosphere of unexpected hospitality and genuine friendliness, where everyone feels part of the local community. Many street children in the capital, Bujumbura, can speak multiple languages: French, Swahili, and in tourist areas, English or German. This makes communication much easier for visitors and helps them better understand local cultural nuances. The ability to speak several languages demonstrates these young residents' desire to be part of the wider world, broaden their horizons, and forge connections with all who come to learn about their country. Such multilingual polyglottism often evokes genuine admiration and respect from tourists for their language skills, and sometimes even a desire to encourage them by giving something pleasant or a treat, which is seen as a touching display of gratitude for their patience and willingness to learn. To avoid awkward situations, travelers should carry a small amount of money, coins that can be helpful in tricky situations or when needed. When interacting with locals, it is important to show sincere friendliness and respect, as this is how trust and mutual understanding are built. When meeting the local population, especially when using familiar words, such as a simple greeting in Kirundi, like Musi, a genuine smile can often be achieved, opening the heart for further dialogue. Such an unpretentious gesture can significantly facilitate contact and make your stay in this hospitable country more enjoyable and memorable. Although the situation in the country has markedly stabilized in recent years, caution is still necessary. It is not recommended to photograph military objects or discuss political protests, as the political environment remains sensitive. This is especially important in areas where tensions may be higher, such as border regions. In these places, locals, particularly those living near borders, may be wary of strangers with cameras or notes. In such cases, it is better to seek advice from a local guide or official representatives to avoid misunderstandings and unnecessary complications. However, despite all precautions, the country is renowned for its hospitality and genuine kindness. Visitors often note that they are warmly welcomed into homes, offered traditional dishes, and willingly share their stories. These warm relationships and cultural exchanges are what leave a lasting impression and inspire a sincere desire to return. In Burundi, human connection is highly valued. Respect for local culture and traditions opens doors to unforgettable experiences that cannot be achieved through any tourist program or guidebook. There is one unusual rule concerning morning runs that may seem strange and surprising to foreigners. Unlike many countries where group morning exercise is considered normal and part of a healthy lifestyle routine, in Burundi, such activities require prior official permission. This rule was introduced after the events of 2016 when mass protests in the capital turned into violence, and authorities began to closely monitor any public gatherings and mass events. Therefore, any public running without prior approval is considered a violation, which could lead to administrative difficulties. This unusual regulation reflects the tense situation in the country in recent years, as well as the authorities' efforts to ensure stability and security for citizens. Group runs, which were previously popular among teenagers and athletes, are now perceived not only as a common form of physical activity, but also as a potential security threat. They can be seen as a platform for organizing protest actions or mass gatherings, which makes such events a subject of particular attention from the authorities. Nowadays, laws regulating group running are not enforced as strictly as before, but the legal framework still remains in force. This can surprise foreign tourists or visitors who are not accustomed to such features of the local legislation. At the same time, individual jogging or running in pairs remains fully legal, and for many residents, it is the most traditional and popular way to stay in shape. Traditionally, early in the morning on the shores of Lake Tanganyika, one can meet runners in sportswear and sneakers, who, lost in their thoughts or listening to music on their headphones, diligently continue their workouts. These runs become not just physical exercise, but rather a subtle, tacit dialogue with the system, step by step reflecting how even activities that seem simple at first glance, like fitness, are inextricably linked to the political history and destiny of the entire region. In addition, it is worth noting that Burundi has a peculiar administrative structure. The country has not just one, but two official capitals. Although it is not among the globally renowned tourist destinations, its main cities, Gitega and Bujumbura, offer a unique and authentic rhythm of life, rich with ancient traditions and modern dynamics. The capital, Bujumbura, formerly the central city and capital of the country, awakens in the morning to the sounds of moving minivans and the shouts of vendors, who actively offer their goods at the central market. The aromas of roasted coffee and fresh fish from Lake Tanganyika fill the air, creating a distinctive atmosphere of local life. On the seaside boulevard, Locals move calmly and casually on bicycles, impressing with their energy and determination. During the day, parks and squares in Ruzizi are filled with youth gathering here to see rare hippopotamuses and crocodiles or simply enjoy relaxing in the fresh air under the shade of trees and fragrant flowers. Gitega, the current administrative and cultural capital, impresses with its special atmosphere of solemnity, transporting visitors to a distant past. In this city, the National Museum of Gitega is located, where one can see an extensive collection of royal drums, ceremonial costumes, and valuable artifacts that tell the ancient history and culture of Burundi. Here, testimonies of times when the country was ruled by mighty royal dynasties are preserved, and everything around breathes history. When evening falls, Bujumbura undergoes a miraculous transformation. The city is enveloped in a special magical atmosphere of evening lights, sounds, and aromas that attract and enchant travelers with their mysterious charm. In popular bars such as Lekasuku or Haven Lounge, the air is filled with live music, rumba, Afrobeat, and reggae, creating a unique atmosphere of dance and relaxation. The music in these establishments penetrates the hearts of everyone present, inspiring a desire to dance, make new acquaintances, and simply enjoy the moment. Even first-time visitors quickly feel at home, immersing themselves in friendly conversations over a glass of refreshing drink or a plate of delicious fried fish, full of aromas and flavors. Overall, every encounter in Burundi turns into a true cultural exchange, filled with the hospitality and warmth of its residents. Countries with two capitals do not just open their doors to visitors. They invite them to touch the living, restless soul of this amazing country, and that is far from all. Many more discoveries lie ahead. To the west of Burundi stretches the majestic Lake Tanganyika, with a depth exceeding 4,800 feet, which in modern terms is about 1,460 meters. This unique blue water mirror is considered not only the oldest of its kind, but also the deepest freshwater lake on the planet. Its inexhaustible depth and rich ancient history attracts scientists and explorers from all over the world, and its very beauty continues to inspire travelers and uncover new secrets of ancient waters. At an elevation of over 2,500 feet, roughly equivalent to about 760 meters above sea level, lies an astonishing lake, renowned not only for its diverse fish species that thrive in its waters, but also as a living mirror reflecting the wild and untamable nature of raw Africa. This lake is like a portrait of pristine forests and steppes where all the exuberant vitality of the continent is hidden. If you have ever visited the famous Lake Tahoe in the United States, imagine it in a tropical setting where sun rays brightly warm the skin and monkeys playfully leap through the branches of trees, creating a lively and unforgettable backdrop for an adventure-filled and wondrous rest. In this tropical paradise, everything is filled with harmony of nature and a variety of sounds, from the cheerful voices of birds to the noisy waterfalls. And for many strange and curious travelers, it can be a real shock to learn that the sources of the mighty Nile River are not hidden beyond the borders of the known world, but surprisingly located within the smallest country in Africa, Burundi. This fact is astonishing in its rarity and inspires a desire to embark on a journey to understand how rich and diverse this region truly is. At the summit of Mount Gikezi, amidst picturesque landscapes, you can take a memorable photo in front of a special plaque that seemingly marks the beginning of the river's epic journey, which extends over 400,000 miles, approximately 6,600 kilometers. Continuing your fascinating trek through trails and valleys, you will soon encounter the magnificent Kar waterfalls. Hidden within dense forests, they form a sparkling cascade of falls that are undoubtedly among the most breathtaking and underrated natural wonders anywhere in Africa. Not far away lies the Kibera National Park, originally a hunting ground for royal courts, now transformed into a home for numerous colobus monkeys and over 55 square miles of mysterious, misty mountain forests. A true natural paradise for lovers of untouched nature, seeking solitude and inspiration in the embrace of pristine laurel forests. For those eager to delve deeper into the country's cultural wealth and touch its historical roots, a must-visit is the Gitega National Museum, where the secrets of ancient traditions and customs are unveiled, as well as the Livingston and Stanley monuments. These sites tell stories of brave and curious explorers who first set foot on this previously unknown continent, paving the way for future generations with their pioneering spirit. Although Burundi ranks among the smallest countries in Africa in terms of size, its natural beauty and historical monuments make traveling across its lands truly enriching and full of marvelous discoveries. The grandeur of this region manifests not only in its breathtaking nature, but also in unique local traditions passed down through generations. From February to March, for the period just before the planting of the first beans, locals gather for a unique ancient rain ritual dance known as Umunanura. This ceremony is rightfully considered an important part of the country's cultural life. It is performed in circles around sacred trees, dressed in skirts made of fresh banana leaves, and performed under the generous wind, which during this period usually reaches about 70 degrees Fahrenheit, roughly 21 degrees Celsius. Led by an elder who is over 70 years old, participants believe that after 3 full circles over the roofs of village houses, storm clouds will gather and the long-awaited rains will begin, symbols of fertility and renewal of the land. From July to August, in the very heart of rural life, the famous Umunanura transforms into a harvest festival, when village squares turn into spacious open-air banquet halls. There, in clay pots, freshly cooked rice is simmering, its aroma evoking associations with a popular American apple pie among all present, filling the air with a sense of warmth and home. Guests gladly raise their bowls filled with golden corn kernels, while powerful strikes of ngoma drums, resonating clearly at 100 hertz, create vibrations similar to a live rock concert, saturating the space with energy of celebration and harmony with nature. This atmosphere fosters joy and deep respect for traditions and the land that feeds and inspires them. One of the most touching and memorable moments for the local residents is an ancient and carefully preserved tradition whereby all community members, from simple farmers working in the fields to city officials, gather together to taste the first spoonful of the newly harvested rice. This special gesture and ritual symbolize unity and solidarity among people connected by common fate and shared values, especially meaningful in the East African region, where such traditional customs and ceremonial actions are rare and do not often reach this scale. This seemingly simple ceremony becomes a reflection of profound feelings of togetherness, empowering and reinforcing the traditional bonds between people in this corner of the world. However, besides rice, there are other features that make this region exceptional and unique. With the arrival of the dry season in November, when natural landscapes burst with vivid colors and life is infused with a special energy, the Ngozia Highlands come alive in a unique way. During this time, colorful and exhilarating dance festivals take place, with the Interta Festival being particularly notable. Over 300 talented dancers dressed in traditional garments adorned with fringes and embroidery begin their grand performance. These performers jump and soar in unison, creating a powerful and spectacular spectacle. It seems as if the entire ground beneath them vibrates with their energy and skill. Their movements are swift and vigorous, as if bringing to life legends and myths of ancient battles, victories, and heroes, passing down through dance stories kept alive for centuries. Complementing these intense scenes are the drums of Ngoma Ngoma. Their deep, resonant rhythms reminiscent of the roar of lively engines or a storm, infusing the festival with a special color and energy. These sounds seem to tell stories from a distant past, creating a sense of participation in ancient times when generations crafted legends amid flickering fires. This celebration is a true primal Broadway directly in the heart of the African savanna, captivating and leaving a deep impression on the soul of everyone who sees or hears it. Secondly, among the most notable features of the region is its remarkable accessibility for travelers from around the world, especially those arriving from the United States and seeking the opportunity to experience new impressions without excessive costs. In Burundi, life can become a real discovery for those who want to combine travel with savings without sacrificing comfort and convenience. Compared to living conditions in the US, the cost of living in this country can be approximately 67, and according to some estimates, even 70% lower. In relation to most European countries, prices here are roughly 40% lower. For example, in the capital Gitega or in the largest city Bujumbura, The rent for a fully furnished one-room apartment ranges from $180 to $300 per month, depending on the location and infrastructure of the area. Moreover, all utilities, electricity, water, waste removal, as well as stable and rapid internet, cost about $40 to $60 per month, which is significantly cheaper than similar expenses in other countries. A meal at a local inexpensive snack bar often costs just $2 to $4, while at more Western or European-style restaurants, expenses can reach $8 to $12 per meal. Cooking at home can lead to substantial savings. A weekly grocery set, including fresh fish from the lake, green bananas, and a variety of vegetables, costs less than $25. Transportation within the city is mainly by motorcycle taxi, where the fare for one ride is about 51 cents. For those who prefer more comfortable conditions, there is an option to rent a car with a driver for roughly $20 to $30 per day. The cost of a subscription to a modern gym in the city center is usually around $25 to $35 per month, and a preventive dental checkup costs approximately $50 to $25. Overall, to ensure a comfortable and peaceful life in Burundi, a monthly budget of about $500 to $600 is quite sufficient. This affordability, combined with a relaxed lifestyle atmosphere, absolute natural cleanliness, and preserved traditions, make the country increasingly attractive for travelers seeking not only savings, but also a high quality of life. One of the unforgettable and amazing aspects of staying in Burundi is its rich and unique cuisine. Fish caught from Lake Tanganyika is particularly renowned here, earning the well-deserved name East African salmon. This name was given due to its exquisite taste, saturated with a fresh aroma and natural shades. Gourmets and eco and gastronomic tourism enthusiasts will surely appreciate the richness and variety of local dishes made from ingredients cultivated directly in the natural environment. It is definitely worth trying the unique local fish, mukeke, which is found only in this specific lake and nowhere else on the planet. Its flesh is particularly dense, slightly fatty, yet incredibly aromatic and full of flavor, making it a true delicacy for lovers of fresh and rare dishes. Tourists and locals alike eagerly grill it over coals, creating a rich, smoky aroma that is unmistakable. The dish reaches its peak when served with boiled green bananas, whose soft, slightly sweet notes complement the meat, along with pink salt mined in the region, whose crystalline structure and distinctive taste add sophistication to the dish. Such a simple yet harmonious combination, tender meat, juicy green bananas, and delicate pink salt, will not leave any gourmet indifferent. This unpretentious but incredibly delicious dish deserves to be tried at least once to truly appreciate its uniqueness and the richness of local culinary traditions. In rural areas of the country, there is a particularly interesting and characteristic dish called ibiharigi on ubugali. This is one of the national dishes, which includes stewed black beans cooked in rich palm oil, to which green bananas are added, fruits that give the dish a special juiciness and a subtle sweet note. All of this is served together with sabugali, a dense, disc-shaped cornmeal flatbread that makes an excellent complement to the hearty stew. Usually, this dish is eaten with the hands, dipping pieces of beans and bananas into the stew, which tastes like an African version of mashed potatoes with gravy, rich and very aromatic. Such a way of serving emphasizes the spontaneity and sincerity of traditional cuisine, making the meal not just nutritious, but truly enjoyable for socializing and shared pleasure. During harvest seasons, it is highly recommended to try isambe, a special mash made from manioc leaves, slowly simmered in coconut milk with garlic and onions. This dish has a rich, full-bodied, and earthy flavor, and its unique aroma is the result of lengthy and careful preparation, revealing all the subtle notes of the ingredients. Isambe is yet another vivid example of how diverse and rich this region's culinary heritage is, highlighting deep traditional ties with nature and the berry-like flavors characteristic of local dishes. In the world of gastronomy, there are dishes capable of surprising even the most discerning taste connoisseurs with their unexpectedness and originality. One of the most vivid examples of such a remarkable culinary discovery is Nyama Choma, traditional goat kebabs that successfully convey the uniqueness and authenticity of local culinary and cultural traditions. This dish is rightfully considered one of the country's symbols, as it offers not only pleasure through its taste and aroma, but also carries deep cultural meanings. Preparing nima choma is a true ritual that requires precision and patience, since for the meat to develop its distinctive aroma and richness, it is first marinated in a special mixture that includes spicy chili, fragrant ginger, and fresh onion. After thorough marination, the meat is grilled over an open flame, giving it an appetizing crust and a rich, smoky aroma that reveals its full depth. In the United States, where Sundays are traditionally associated with barbecues and outdoor gatherings with friends, large groups gather around glowing coals, creating a warm atmosphere of fun and camaraderie. In Burundi, however, nima choma itself becomes the main highlight of such gatherings. It is not just a dish, but a true symbol of hospitality, capable of bringing people together at the table and filling each gathering with a spirit of joy and mutual understanding. Such a dish becomes an integral part of the culture, emphasizing the importance of family and community traditions, as well as conveying the mood and warmth associated with shared enjoyment. By exploring 15 fascinating and unique facts about Burundi, one can see this multifaceted country from a new perspective, understanding the depth of its traditions, culture, and rich culinary heritage that has been carefully passed down from generation to generation. This journey through its customs and gastronomy will leave you with vivid, unforgettable impressions and perhaps inspire a desire to learn more about its history, people, and customs. May these discoveries become the beginning of your genuine interest in this wonderful and little-known corner of the world, full of beauty, traditions, and pleasant surprises. Thank you for your attention, and we look forward to new encounters in our future travels, where discoveries and new knowledge await you.